Good morning. There you are.
Good morning.
Good morning. She thinks I'm saying hi to someone outside.
Hi, puppies.
So how are you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. Turn the volume up just a little bit. How was your Thanksgiving?
Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
I know.
Even though the leftovers are just barely gone.
Yeah, it was just last week.
Oh my gosh. It was very nice. How about you?
It was really nice. We had snow, but not as much as around us did
I'm telling you. Yeah,
up there.
It's just weird.
And did you get a lot over where you're at?
We got some, not like some places that got feet. We got probably, I don't know, 6 inches, maybe more. I don't know, because at first it melts,
Yeah. Well, right where mom and dad are, we the most probably got two, no more than three over those 4 days.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it was really interesting because like we got maybe a half an inch, and my sister-in-law who lives 45 minutes west had 4 inches. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So that's those lake, if it's the lake effect thing, then
hmm
I can
And we
believe it.
left Sunday and it has not stopped snowing since Sunday night, so. Up there.
Oh, oh, we're in for a winter, aren't we?
I think so. Of
We're
course,
due for
tomorrow
one.
here, it's supposed to be 46 and
Yeah, same. I'll be right back. I gotta get my pencil.
hey, Diane.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? How was your holiday?
It was nice. It was quiet. We just had my one friend over,
Yeah.
and but she's always a lot of fun. So
How's
the one
how's
that
Dale? How's Dale
Dale
doing?
is doing fabulous. He's driving. He
Oh,
doesn't need me
wow.
anymore for transporting him.
You can get in and out of the truck okay?
Yeah, because it's his left leg.
Oh,
He
good.
gets in better in the driver's seat than he does in
Then
the
it, yeah. Yeah, that's
Poor guy.
understandable.
Poor guy.
Well, that's,
Understandable.
Ooh, what does Jean have?
oh, trouble.
Oh,
Oh, your pressed flowers. Oh, that
Yeah.
is
Oh my God.
gorgeous.
it is. Oh, look at you. Go, girl.
Yeah, oh, I've been working on other stuff too, but I picked this back up and it's, yeah. It's a nice knit. It's the mosaic stitch, kind of like Trinigan instead of Fair Isle. So
Right?
that makes it more, I like it better like that anyway.
So it's a lot of
Good.
slipping.
Yes. Yep.
I slip well.
Oh, shoot.
Are you wearing growing?
I'm wearing growing. First time I finally blocked it. It did grow a little after I blocked it, so. Have
Same
you been wearing yours?
No,
Just
I
seems
just
like,
finished the pockets and weaving everything in last night. Look at you.
Look at that.
like
Oh, that
Eagle
is
Ladder.
gorgeous.
It's like, it's to the bottom of my fingers plus about that much.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice length. Really nice. And I'm like, oh, I should make another one, but let me see how because I need another project, right?
Well, you've got several Trinigans you gotta finish. Oh, look at
True that.
Diane.
True that.
Okay, this is not blocked yet.
Oh, look at that. That's
I
gorgeous.
love it.
I do too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
Right
is
now-
gorgeous.
That's about the length mine is now, yeah.
Well, mine's gonna be a little bit longer because I haven't
Right.
blocked it yet, right?
Yes, yep.
It's
that
rather,
is-
I had it on and then I said, this is awfully warm. So I could-
Might have to turn the heat down to wear that thing.
well, I have a turtleneck and a thermal top on.
Yeah,
I had my daughter try it on at Thanksgiving. I took it up with us because she showed me a sweater. That's her favorite cardigan. She said, I know I'm gonna wear it out because I wear it so much. And she said, could you make something, it doesn't have to be exact, but, and it kind of had the same, front as the growing. So I had her try on mine. I said, I know it's gonna be too long and you're not gonna want the length, but I'm just looking to get style input. She
Right.
liked it except the length. And of course I made the arms bigger to accommodate, my arms. She goes, well, the arms are a little, I'm like, yeah, I would make it to fit your arms, not mine. But you've got skinny little, young girl arms.
Right. Well, sometimes it is a style thing, making the bigger arms, so
Yeah,
at least you straightened it out up front.
yeah.
Very nice.
So, but she's like, no hurry. I'm like, well, I'm not in any hurry to make it yet because I got other things I gotta do.
Don't even have the yarn yet.
No. I did finish. I am since Monday, I have been looking everywhere for my little pink plastic case that has my favorite stitch markers and my favorite sewing needle. I
Yep.
can't find it anywhere, and I swear it should be in my one bag, and I can't find it. I've been looking at tearing everything up. I found another tapestry needle, so it's working in a pinch, but I still have to weave in all my ends, but I finished, my friendship shawl.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm gonna pin
nice.
you.
Yeah, let me pin you, please.
This edge. Oh wait, I'm showing you guys the wrong side. The wrong side looks pretty too. But I did the Norwegian bind off. No, the Icelandic bind off.
That's what they said in the pattern, right?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
read the directions. And the directions made no sense to me, you know, but I watched a video like on repeat. And it worked out really, really nice.
I think I did the same thing when I was binding off. I think I had to go find a YouTube video or two.
Yeah, and like every night before I go to bed, I'd watch it on repeat. And I'm like, so hang on.
Someone's being a little sassy.
Yeah, I don't know if anything got delivered or she sees the delivery truck or because she's looking out the window, like she sees something. But you know, like every night before I go to bed, I'd watch it a few times, and during the day I'd watch it here and there. Okay, if not, go ahead and get them. Somebody delivered a small box to our front porch. So she's like, I gotta get it.
It's fine.
And it's her
You're just
favorite
doing your
one because it's
job.
about this big and we know what's in it. And
So
so
does she?
yeah, so does she. And so, and it's the one that she can get the hold of the box and bring it in. And
Oh,
so, but she also tries to bring in the big boxes too.
So funny.
she goes out there with, I think I can, I think I can.
Okay.
Is anybody doing the Christmas gnome knit along? Either of you doing it?
No.
I haven't started it because I'm overthinking my yarn selection.
Yeah,
I'm overthinking my colors. So I haven't started it, but yeah, I'm doing it. Have you
Okay.
started it?
I have, yep. There's been 3 clues so far. Today is another non-knitting clue, so.
Yeah.
So I was behind and now I'm caught back up.
Yeah, I like the Christmas one. You know, I like when she does them when you get a couple days to catch up. And I knew I was on, there's like 3. So I figured tomorrow, I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm, you know. So besides the shawl, I've got a baby shower the first Saturday in January. So I made a little baby hat.
Oh,
Aw.
And the color babies due in March, so before St. Patrick's Day, plus they're MSU fans, plus
Perfect.
the mom said the color was sage green, you know, kind of nursery colors. So green baby hat. I got green little baby mittens done to go
Oh my
with the
gosh.
hat. And I've got one little baby booty almost done. So I've got to finish this booty, do it. And the booty takes I mean, if I sat down and really did it, I could have had the whole thing done and whole set done in 2 days. But I didn't just sit and do it. So, and like I said, I got to weave these ends in and bind that, you know. But then I want to make just some baby socks with leftover yarn and the vertebrae sweater, baby newborn vertebrae sweater. It's the one that doesn't have the front,
Okay, yep.
so they can lay on their tummy or, you know. And I found I had some wobble gobble that's got green in it because they don't know what they're having. So this is kind of cream and green, and the theme of the nursery is woodland animals. So I figured this is kind of woodsy too. So I'll make that sweater and some baby socks. And
what do you mean it doesn't have a front? The sweater?
it has the back and it just has, let me find the picture. It doesn't have like it's not like a cardigan that would button.
Okay, like a
Um,
shrug? Oh,
don't know.
oh, okay.
Whoops. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, perfect. That is nice.
Yeah, it doesn't close completely in front, especially, they want the baby, to sit on your chest or, if you want to do skin to skin with the baby can still be covered up in the sweater, but be open and they don't, or if they're laying on their tummy, they don't have the bulk of a sweater.
Mhm.
You're not
So,
getting poked by the buttons.
yeah. So I'll have plenty of yarn to make, to do this, because the sweater only takes less than 200 yards. So I'll make that plus, I can make a pair of baby socks to go with it. And
Be matchy matchy.
yeah,
Very nice.
and I might make a set because got enough pink. Make a set of pink socks and a set of blue socks that if I have time, I'd like to do a white Anne Frank sweater, which I should have time because this vertebrae sweater, I've done it in 3 days before. So since you don't have the front panels, it's, pretty quick and it's newborn size. So teeny tiny. But I figured I'd like to do one in white, and maybe when I give it to her with buttons for boy or girl and say, okay, I'm taking it back. When the baby's
Right.
born, I'll put the right buttons on.
Great.
Oh,
Unless I find some like little woodland critter type buttons and
Oh yeah, that would be cute.
yeah.
I think it's ducks that I have on my Anne Frank sweaters, just little ducks I do every year. They're pretty
Yeah.
innocent.
a friend of mine wanted to make us a baby sweater using the Anne Frank, but for a 19-month-old.
Mm-hmm.
And she was asking me how to adapt to it. I told her use bigger, chunkier yarn or heavier weight yarn and larger needles.
Yeah.
She did, and she had a picture and it fit her perfect. A little bit long on the sleeves, but everything else was
Right.
great.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can fold the
perfect.
sleeves up. That's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It was very nice.
Well, and this new mom is the type that will appreciate handmade stuff.
I
That's
am
all.
getting more and more thinking out who I give things to, if they'll
Mhm.
really appreciate it or not.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Well, one of the ladies that used to come into the shop, um, before she moved, she was invited to a baby shower because they knew she made knit and basically the invites, and it was like one of her son's friends baby, so it wasn't even like a family member, it was somebody distant, and that basically she was invited because they knew she knitted. And
Wow.
basically the invite also said, well, when you make a blanket, these are the colors I'd like it in.
Whoa.
So it was it was a little bold.
Wow.
It's like, okay.
I guess I'm really going into withdrawals for the Wednesday Facebook sales.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, I should really be doing something right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it felt really weird.
Yeah.
4 more weeks, right? Something like that.
Yep.
Oops.
Let's see, what today's the 8th? No, 4 weeks
7?
from tomorrow is the next one. 30 days or 31 days, whatever it is.
She's gonna be bombarded when she gets home with everybody wanting to see her.
Yep. Hopefully when she opens up on this, back up on the 6th, they shop and see her.
All I have to do on Paula's socks, the blue ones, is Kitchener.
Are those the ones you were working on in the waiting room?
Yes. There we go.
Oh, love them.
Oh,
I
sorry.
love the color.
I was fixing something on my feeling. Oh, those are nice.
Oh, I love them. Love the color.
Isn't that
And they're
great?
cute.
It's with fixation.
Love
So-
them.
Those are,
I
yeah,
will
they'll
be
be really
right back.
cozy.
Now that the puppy's been playing with an empty box, she needs to go potty, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What size needles did you use to knit with the fixation?
I think are these threes, I think.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. I get it just so, and then for the, tell me what size I'm using. Oh, better tighten that one up. I'm pretty sure they're threes.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then now I'm working on my toe up socks using the striped yarn.
Ooh. Those are gonna be fun. Those for you?
Yes.
Nice.
Dale said, "Are you making that for Christmas present?" Or you? And I went, me. And I do have a second box that I think yeah, it's downstairs.
How many months till you can move back into the little house?
For
So I was wondering if it was, I couldn't remember if you got to go in the beginning of April or if it was until May,
15th of April.
15th of April.
So it's 4 weeks and 4 months and 1 week.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm excited about it.
Good. Man, we have been seeing the sandhill cranes around here like crazy.
Really?
It's just nuts. I mean, hundreds and hundreds at a time. I don't know. I gotta think that they're, what's the word? It's not hibernating. What's the word I'm looking for? Heading south, migrating south. That's what I'm wondering, if that's why there's so many of them, because some of them stay around all year, at least they have in the past. But I
Oh.
don't think this many.
I just took for granted that they migrated south.
I think they mostly do, and I'm just wondering because it's just, our lake just now froze over, like last weekend. So I'm thinking that maybe the migration is just getting going or something. I mean, I don't know, I'm just sort of making it up, but man, we've seen a lot of them.
They're going to freeze.
Yeah, hope not.
They look so delicate with, their long legs.
Man,
Maybe they're not as delicate as I think.
they're huge. They're fun to watch. At least they're fun for us to watch. We go driving around looking for them.
Oh, they don't come by your house?
Well, it's funny because there was last week, Tuesday, the lake had just frozen over and it was like just, after sunset to where it was pretty dark, and a whole huge flock of them landed on the lake, which I've never, ever seen before. I mean, tons of them. And so hurried up and texted my daughter-in-law that lives across the lake, and she, by the time she got to the window, they were taken off. So
Oh,
that's what made me think that maybe they're the migration, the migratory birds, because I don't think the local birds have ever stopped on this lake. But anyway, it was cool.
it was very cool. Sounds like it.
And they're the ones that make all that noise too.
I know. But it's a good noise.
Yeah, it is.
I hear that, and then I go looking.
Yes.
I was kind of nervous about doing the pockets on growing.
Uh-huh.
And then I started doing them, like, please, what was my problem?
I know there's a little bit for me of the because it's translated from a different language, so it's a little bit awkward sometimes, but I think her patterns are pretty well written overall. And
You
I
sure
thought
like
the
that?
pattern concept was pretty genius. So, how it curls down instead of having to do the ribbing and stuff.
Yes.
It's just very comfortable.
I know, even when I put it on before I was, really to a point probably that I should have, it just gave me an aha moment. Felt so good.
Yeah, it's just, and it's so nice when it actually fits after you spend a couple months building it, right?
That's the best part.
That's the
What
other
was
thing
it?
I like about it is it's got a bit of wiggle room for for the sweater. It doesn't have to be form fitting. It can have some extra ease in it.
And I think without having buttons or having it really close, have a bigger opening, that too is more comfortable.
Yes,
Are you talking about growing?
yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually my favorite kind of winter sweater is the no buttons throw on cardigan that
Yeah.
can just wrap around me if I'm cold or take off if I'm warm.
A few of us ladies went to the Red Olive last night for early dinner, and someone, a black woman, came in and she sat down at we were like one of those table booths, half booth, half table, where the chairs pull up. And she was sitting across. Um, she was probably like the equivalent of 2 or 3 tables across, and she's on the phone. She's down like this, and she's eating potato chips that did not come from the restaurant. And she was getting really loud, and the F-bomb was coming out,
Oops.
and the story goes on and on. So she'd been there, I thought, quite a while, and someone came over and said to her, one of the staff, I'm sorry, but you've been here for a long time and you haven't ordered anything. And she said, well, I was just getting ready to order. So then she ordered, she got her food. Now I'm sitting like this, like you're her. And she's now turned and she's like this, big eyes, not blinking and swearing to whoever was on the phone. And I was getting really uncomfortable because she's staring right at me without blinking and swearing on the phone.
Wow.
Oh,
And
no.
I was getting more and more uncomfortable. So I thought, well, I'll go and I'll pay my bill in hopes that the cashier can do something about the situation. And she apologized and she told me about, saying that she had to order something. And I said, I'm sorry, but I am really, really uncomfortable about this. And she said, well, the manager's here and maybe he can do something about the situation. The woman continued staring and on the phone very loud. And it was to the point, I got to get out of here. I have never experienced that anywhere.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and the manager was at the register and it's right next to the door leading out. And he said something to me and I can't even tell you what he said because I was on that I'm getting out of here mode. I can't
Right.
take it anymore. And I've never done that.
Wow.
And he smiled and said, have a good evening. I'm like, thanks, you too.
You too, but should have done something.
And I don't know if I think he may be the owner. He owns the one in Dearborn and Wixom. So the next time we're up at camp, I'm going to, and we go in there, great breakfast. And going to make sure before I make any statement that he is there. Because I want to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Do I want to go back to the one in Dearborn? No.
Wow. That's too bad. What's the name of it? Red Owl?
Olive, red olive.
Red
Oh,
Owl.
yeah. I know, right where it's at here.
And ours is in like a strip mall that has like the sidewalk that you would walk back and forth on. That's all enclosed with glass.
Mhm.
And it's a nice place to go because you don't really have to walk a long distance in the elements like it was yesterday with the wind.
Yeah.
But and I was the only one at the table and there were 5 of us. That I said, I'm really sorry, but I am so uncomfortable with her. I have to leave.
And it wasn't
Yeah.
bothering anybody else at your table?
No.
That's weird.
And I'm wondering if, because there were 3 on the opposite side from me, 3 ladies. And so that 3 of them had their backs to her, didn't
Okay.
even hear her. And the one that was sitting next to me, she had the 3 ladies in front of her to kind of block where I was on the end.
Yeah.
So. And they're all like, what? What?
Not fun.
Really? And of course I had Daddy's truck. And I don't like driving at night. And it was after 6 o'clock, so it was definitely dark. And I'm still getting used to where all the knobs and things are on his vehicle.
Yeah, that's hard for me. Getting used to all the stuff on a new car. They're so bossy these days.
Yeah.
Yep, it's like buckle up or before you shift. Even just like if I move in it in the driveway, you have to buckle up in order to shift to move it in the driveway. It's like, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And the seatbelt for the driver is like in the back seat.
Especially because we have to move the seat up so far.
When I got in last night and I started driving, I had my seat the way I always do. But since Dale's been driving, he
Mhm.
has the wheel of the steering wheel up. So when I would go to turn, I would hook my arm on the back of my chair somehow. And it was like, I'm doing one of these numbers because I'm hitting it and it's not moving. Oh dear Lord.
Uh, I have to say, I really have been enjoying the seat warmers lately, though.
Oh, we have the hand warmer. Ooh,
Oh, yeah, I think there's that on the car as well.
yeah, the steering wheel heated up. Ooh,
Do you have to wear gloves on the steering wheel when you have it warming up?
no,
It's not too hot. My friend
No.
has that. She
I
says
don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't found it to be too hot. If I get tired of it, I just turn it off.
well, she likes it, but she doesn't want it to be that warm. My other car, yeah, well, gotta get used to this one, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and since Thanksgiving, because before, I just wasn't I'm still not used to it, but since Thanksgiving, I've really been paying attention and I do remote start before I get in there. So the seat's a little bit pre-warmed and the steering wheel's pre-warmed a little bit.
That's what I like about Dale's truck. I can restart it and the seat warmer's on. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yep.
My 11-year-old car does not have those fancy features,
Yeah.
but I'm not giving my car up.
My 10-year-old didn't have those either, so I'm appreciating this cold snap. I'm really appreciating it.
Yeah.
And it adjusts it depending on the temperature outside, whether it's at level 1, 2, or 3 for the seats. If
Oh,
it's really cold, it'll be on the 3. If it's cold enough
Wow.
that you need to have a little bit of warmth, it'll be just maybe 1.
That's pretty wild. I just have there's 3 choices, but you have to select them yourself.
that explains why Dale's is the way it is. To the preheat, it's like Carolyn's.
Very nice.
Yep.
Make you not want to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Dad and I went to church Saturday night, and so before he got in, before we were getting ready to walk out the door, I started it, so it was nice and warm when he got in, and we get to the lobby at church, I hit the remote start. A couple ladies go, ooh, somebody's car is gonna be warm when they get in.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, yes, it will be.
What church do you go to?
It was up in Traverse City. It's Christ the
Oh.
King. Since the
I was
time
looking-
change, he hasn't been going driving at night, so he really appreciated me taking him Saturday night so he could go.
Very nice.
Yep,
Did you get their freezer full?
yep. Bellies were full before we left. We had good Thanksgiving meal. Not a
Nice.
lot. I mean, we kind of went through leftovers. I mean, we didn't have a horrendous amount. We didn't try not to make 20 different things. There's only 7 of us, and we're kind of doing that at Christmas. We'll be up there longer over Christmas, and then we used some of the ham and made ham and bean soup for them, and try to do that type of stuff too.
Very nice.
Yep, and it was really good timing for them to have a freezer full of food when
Oh,
it snowed. I mean, the kids up there, Friday was their first day back to school. They had a
wow.
whole week off because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were all snow days up there.
Wow.
Wow.
And they had from at least Thursday and Friday off the week before.
Right.
Some places even had Wednesday off. So,
Man, I wonder if they have more snow days built into their calendar up there.
I don't know. I think they do a little bit. plus, now since COVID, if they really get in a jam, they can do remote learning.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They didn't this time, but, in a pinch, they could always trigger remote learning if necessary.
Yeah, that would keep them from having to add on days at the end of the year.
Yeah,
'Cause nobody seems to like that.
no,
I don't think they really mind starting sooner, but staying later, no.
yeah. One year when my kids were in school, they got around that a little bit by, they added like 5 extra minutes to the end of everybody's day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And
I
that,
remember that too around here a long time ago, yeah.
and since they did it for everybody, they could just back the bus schedules up by 5 minutes, and wasn't a horrendous inconvenience, but it kept kept everybody from having to go later in the summer. So Diane, what are you working on now?
Socks.
Oh, ooh, striped socks.
Yeah, the ones in the box.
Oh yeah.
They came with 2 balls, right? Wound
Yes.
up.
Hmm.
Very nice.
This is the box.
Yep.
Yep.
The unique. Yep.
Wish I would have bought more.
She still got some.
Does she?
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's opening back up that first week of January, right?
Yep. The 6th.
Everybody's having withdrawal.
She's so funny. She's knitting hats. Well, she gave one of them away.
Yeah, she need a hat for
Yep.
their tour guide.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was a nice hat. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I went and check out her possum yarn
Mm.
that she picked up.
Donna
See
was
what-
over last Monday and she brought some of her yarn, but she didn't bring the possum yarn.
Oh,
She told us about and how silky it was. And we're like, and you left it home, hey?
and how's she doing? Did she recover from jet lag?
To coin a phrase, hell no.
I can't even imagine.
She said it took me a month to get it. So I'm accustomed to theirs. And then I turn around and come home and here I am again.
And
Yeah,
in the meantime, we had a time change too.
right. Just crazy. Because they're what? It's like, I know it's tomorrow wherever they are, but they're like 16 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, they're roughly 15, 16 hours ahead of us.
And well, she's taken some beautiful pictures.
Isn't she? Wow.
Did Donna enjoy herself and have a good time?
Oh, she had a great time.
Oh, good.
Every once in a while, for the extended tours that needed to pay, she was glad that she didn't sign up for all of them so that she could just take that day to relax and
Mm-hmm.
that and walk around and that type. So, but
She did a couple of them, didn't she?
oh yeah, yeah, but um one of the what did she, no, I can't remember which one it was that she didn't do, but she was knitting, and she showed her beautiful shawl. That woman can make some gorgeous, gorgeous shawls.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's always good to have like just a built-in relaxed day.
Yeah.
And they were nonstop.
And then even now when they're at the bed and breakfast, they're still doing a lot. And,
Yeah, but it's on
and she
their
has
own,
said,
it's their own time. It's not, okay, meet the bus at 8 a.m. and we're go until, bedtime. And
Yeah, that would be a lot. But you're all the way over there, and it's probably a, trip of a lifetime, right?
yeah. I know when I went with the high school kids chaperoning, when we were in Sydney, the students stayed with other students from there. They connected with the high school and stayed with host families. And the parents were in hotels. So we had a little more free time than the kids did because when they would go back to their host families and sometimes they'd have dinner with them and all, then we'd be on our own for dinner and could walk around and just explore. And there was one day the kids went to school with their host family kids. And so we actually had that whole day and then met up with them at dinner time. And so it was nice, that
Yeah.
was a nice little break because other trips I chaperoned, it's like, you don't have a break from the kids. You got to be on them. You got to know where they are at all times.
how long were you there?
We were there 12 days.
Nice.
And thanks to a snafu on the part of the travel company, not timing our return flights very well. It took us twice as long to get home than it should have.
Oh,
That stinks.
Yeah.
long layovers?
No, not long enough. When we arrived back in LA, we had an hour and a half to get our luggage, send it through customs, go through customs, put it back through United to get it to United plane. And then get in LA, they're international. You have to take a bus to get back to domestic.
Oh,
So we had to then go over to United and go to their ticket counter, check in, and there wasn't enough time. And we kept telling them, well, before we left, we said, this is not enough time. We can tell you this. Oh, yeah, we do it all the time. That's plenty of time. That's plenty of time. It wasn't enough time.
So did you
and they
miss
weren't
the
with
next
the group
flight?
either, right?
Well, we were with the group, but I mean, it was our group, but we had nobody representing the tour company with us
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
and we spent the whole day basically on the Florida United terminal, at their ticket counter, trying to figure this out. And they're like, well, we can't do it, Air New Zealand, who we flew into LA on, they heard we were still there. One of their representatives came over, gave us vouchers to spend the night at the hotel, put us up at the hotel there at the airport, gave us meal vouchers for dinner and breakfast the next morning, and helped figure out how to get us. It took 3 flights to get our whole crew. There was about 30 of us between kids and chaperones from LA to Chicago. And then it took 2 flights to get it, because we had to be on standby for everything. 2 flights to get us from Chicago back to Detroit.
Wow.
And when I got to Chicago, another mom and I were so tempted just to rent a car and drive
Yep.
at that point. Her husband even offered to come get us. He goes, I could have had driven to Chicago, picked you up, and we would have been almost home by the time we actually got on the plane in Chicago to get home.
Oh my gosh.
It was kind of crazy, but we made it. We had a great time.
My balls of yarn are now to the point that when I'm not working on the one, because I'm doing both socks at the same time, I can plop them inside the sock.
Oh,
Well, that's
nice.
a good place for them.
So
How
I know
far
where
are
they're at.
They're top down?
No, toe up.
You said you did, you did say toe up. That's why they'll hold them. Okay, cool.
You're thinking, what is she talking about?
For what I'm doing this baby set, it's the Comfort, Roku Comfort, that comes in a, like this.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't want to go digging and, end up with a mess. So I figured I'd start from the outside, but sometimes that can just get all wonky. So I smushed it like this. And I saw this trick online, and then it fits in my little yarn bowl, and I just pull it, and no tangles, no, it just, pull from the
hey,
outside, and it just kind of comes out.
that's cool.
Gosh,
But I had seen not too long ago a couple videos where you could, if you got skeins like that and you kind of squish them, you can get the center pull a little bit easier. But I just wasn't in the mood to mess with it. So I just squished them, and he sit in my bowl, and I'm all good.
I didn't realize that when you smush them, you can pull from the inside easier too. I'm an outside person, so
Yeah. Well, it's at least working for me
That's
yeah,
interesting.
but you're on the outside of the skein, right?
outside, but I had heard that might make it simpler, easier to find the inside. I don't know. I haven't tried that part, because usually I don't have skein, have them like this. I have to wind them.
Right. It seems like some brands are better than others with the pulling from the center
Mhm.
that you buy.
Well, and I'm old enough to remember when the label used to have an arrow to which end to find the center pull from. Now they don't.
Oh,
I don't know what brand it was, but whatever brand my mom always got, it would have an arrow to point to which end to start from to find the end.
interesting.
Since Dale had his surgery, I've gotten into cleaning out the pantries.
Ooh.
And I, silly me, took for granted, assumed that they would, actually know what was in the pantry, seeing how they were doing the grocery shopping and the cooking.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No.
I think my oldest one was 2006.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
So I have been on major cleaning out the pantries and the refrigerator downstairs. I never went down to that fridge, so I really didn't know what was in there between
have
that and the
nightmares?
freezer. I don't know why they didn't want me to. We had something in the freezer upstairs, and it was veal cutlets, the ones that are in the frozen foods.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled it out and not thinking, and I thought I'm going to check the expiration date on this one. 2020.
2020?
Yep.
It's not horrible.
It's 4 years ago.
Yeah, but it's been frozen.
For 4 years, would you try it?
Has your power been out?
No,
I'm
we have a
guessing
generator.
probably the quality of it is not that good, but I would guess that it wouldn't be unsafe, but I would have thrown it out also, just FYI. I would
Okay.
have thrown it out also. But, I used to be a real stickler about when something was, past its use by date, but I'm pretty sure there's a use by date on salt.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I think maybe they're required to have use by dates. So if it's a little bit old, maybe it's okay.
yeah, if it's a little old, I'll do it.
But,
Yeah.
but no, I don't, especially, stuff in the fridge that's been cooked, leftovers, those only stay a couple days and they're gone.
In the freezer?
In the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
It's really not
Yeah,
worth
well,
it to stick over.
I threatened the guys that they were not to put anything in the pantry unless I knew what was going in there, especially the one in the basement. And we have shelves in there, and our pantry there is under our porch. So
Right.
it's nice and cold. but they will have short things all the way in the back on the top shelf. Could I see that? Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I would put glass jars on the back so that they couldn't go any further than the glass. And it was
Yeah.
like, I just took all the um, decorations for Christmas cookies and that. Some were open, some were not. They just all got pitched because we haven't made cookies in a year and a half at least, maybe 2.
Oh, yeah. And we went through our pantry not too long ago and tossed out a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. When I did my spice cabinet I did the cabinet by cabinet. I was just kind of pick a cabinet one day and pull everything out, go through it, and did that with the spice. It's like, okay, so I have 6, of one thing, and I have 6 dills, and we use dill a lot, and I'm bad, I will admit. It's like I'll don't know what to make for dinner. I'll go through Kroger going, okay, well, we're gonna have this. Well, what do I need for it? Well, I need this. Okay. I know I don't have that. Oh, do I have this? I don't know. I better get it just in case. And
Yep.
that's how you end up with 6 still. Or as
Yep, exactly.
my kids used to say, yeah, that's why we have 6 sour creams in the fridge too.
Oh,
Because do we have enough sour? I don't know if we have enough. I better get another one.
yeah, but it's a whole different game when you have kids in the house too, because there could have been
Yeah.
enough when you left the house, but by the time you got home, it could be gone.
Yes. Very true.
We had the big tub from Costco for baked beans. I think it was either Costco or Sam's. And it was downstairs. And because I was going to be out, Dale was going to have baked beans and old-fashioned hot dogs is how he put it. Because all in the same pan.
Oh, okay.
And then, well, because he can't really grill. And so I get home right after they had dinner. And Frank says, okay, what do you want me to do with the baked beans, Dad? And Dale goes, I think we have room upstairs. We can leave it. Because he was real nervous about putting something in the refrigerator upstairs that I had just cleaned out.
Yeah. Well, and when your refrigerator goes out, starts going out, like ours did just before Memorial Day, and we got like a little mini temporary one. I shifted over everything definitely wanted to keep in the temporary one until we figured out what was going on. We thought we had it fixed and working. And then, it kicked the bucket officially 1st of July. So you kind of go through, okay, yep, nope, 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 nope. And when they were bringing us the new one, we had to empty the old one. So everything went in the temporary fridge. And then we slowly put things back in the new one. And it's like, well, we did really need this for several weeks, so maybe we don't need it.
We brought home the food from the tiny house. And Dale says to me, well, we should probably go through the bins that we brought home from camp. Because I'm sure those have expired. And I said, I already went through all that at camp. Why would I bring something home that has expired? So I could throw it out here?
Yeah. So you could haul it around?
Yeah. Let them put it in the big dumpster up at camp.
Yeah. It's like cleaning out a college refrigerator for your kid. It's like, no, you're not bringing home all this food that's gross. So. And my kids always seem to be the last ones to move out of the apartments, and their friends would just say, oh, well, yeah, we did kept what we wanted to keep. So, it's like, yeah, you just didn't want to have to clean it out. So the last one there got to clean it out. The boys
So
were,
they made sure they were first out so they didn't have to do any of that.
yep. Yep.
Genius.
And there were, when we picked up my son, the one place, and there was another family picking up, theirs at the same time. There's 4 boys living in, 2 of them had already moved out. And so the one mom and I were at the kitchen, going, okay, well, just pulling stuff out of the refrigerator, going, nope, nope, nope. And Katie was with us, and the other boy's brother had a younger brother too. So the 2 siblings were hauling the garbage down the hall to the dumps, to the trash slot. And it's like, yeah. And my son and the other boy were, they're like, well, that's not our stuff. We cleaned our stuff out. It's like, okay, well, we can't leave this place. You don't get your deposit back if the refrigerator's full. So we're just cleaning it out. And then they had all this and Tupperware, and the mom's like, so we split it up between us, and it was the good stuff. It wasn't, the stuff you get from takeout. It was the good stuff. And she and I looked at each other, going, it's nothing we sent. Somebody's mom is going to miss all this, but it's too late now. So she and I split it up, said, yeah, kids can use it another time, but it was like, ay. But my daughter did have one roommate who she admitted she was a spoiled princess at home, and they had a housekeeper, so she really didn't have to ever clean. So she, and when her job was they divided the main areas for move out, and the other 2 areas were clean, but her job was the kitchen, which she shouldn't have had the kitchen to clean because it was a disaster. But she admittedly said, but we have a housekeeper that does all our cleaning, so I don't know how to clean the kitchen. I'm like, she did the best she could, but oh man, was it a disaster.
Holy cow.
And Katie was always the last one out because she played in the band for graduation. And so she was always there the day later than everybody else. So she was loading the car, and I was cleaning the kitchen.
Wild.
But it was also really eye-opening. I think it was her last year at Grand Valley. We're the last ones out. We're loading up the car and taking actual trash to the dumpster that's outside the sorority house. And this couple was going through the dumpster. And it's like, she goes, this woman said, oh, I cannot believe what these college kids throw out. And they're going to the dumpster diving for all this, because some college kids, it's like, yeah, I don't want to bother taking this home. So they throw out some perfectly good stuff.
Right.
And she saw me with this bag. She goes, oh, anything good in there? I go, no, this is literally just trash. She saw, and I moved something over to get the trash bag in, and she goes, oh, did you want that? And I go, no, you can have it. I'm just like,
All yours.
I'm like,
Wow.
no, I don't want anything from here. She goes, we have got 3 microwaves the kids are throwing out. And I'm chuckled
What?
on my way back to my daughter, because her freshman year, she tossed her microwave because it was smoking and they couldn't use it anymore. They had
Ooh.
used it so much they kind of blew it up. So she's like, should I bring it home and throw it away? I go, no, the school is providing dumpsters for that purpose. Throw it in the dumpster.
Do you really want to pack that into the car?
Yeah. I'm like, we don't need to pack it here and throw it away at home when the school has got a perfectly good dumpster right outside your door. This woman said, yeah, when the kids move out, they go through all the dumpsters and they have garage sales all summer from the stuff the kids.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Wow.
okay. I also thought, yeah, you probably haven't been cleaning out a college room in a long time if you're dumpster diving for stuff that they've thrown out.
Man.
When I was cleaning out the tiny house, I would take, before I would go to work, I'd go through either the fridge or the cupboard and just check for expiration and bad. So I was always taking, smaller bags up. So
Yeah.
Dale really didn't know what I was doing in his defense, poor guy.
Yeah.
Because it's always been, he takes care of the outside, I take care of the inside.
Yeah. I know even like up at my in-laws, every time I come, one of the first things I do is go through the fridge with a heavy hand.
But you go up every other week, is it?
At least once a month right now.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it works out to be like it had been like every other week, but right now it's about once a month. But I know in August when I did it, like towards Labor Day, after they'd had a lot of company and we had to reorganize the freezer because it was a mess, and I'm pulling stuff out of there going, why does she have this? There was stuff in there that mom would have never bought on her own. So I'm like, okay. So I asked her, okay, where'd you get this from? She was like, I have no idea where that came from. Where'd this come from? I have no idea where.
He had a lot of mystery food.
Was
Yeah.
company buying food and leaving it in the freezer?
Yeah, they're like gonna buy it because they think they're gonna eat it or they're gonna make something, make it. And the bad part was I found raw frozen shrimp and it came from Myers. It was in a Myers bag in the freezer. But the problem is my in-laws are both allergic to shrimp.
Oh, boy.
So I'm like, okay, mom, I don't know who was cooking this here, but this is a no-no.
Wow.
So I think before next summer, I'm gonna put a label on the freezer, no shellfish.
Yeah. Hopefully they have EpiPens at home.
Jeez.
Well,
One of my husband's friends is so allergic to the shellfish thing, he can't even be my husband does a shrimp boil
mhm,
and he can't come to that because he doesn't want to be around where the water's even cooking, where
wow,
the steam is. So I was like, man, that would be frightening.
yeah.
Jean, I thought about you with the wool and the honey, and I
Yeah.
went through my bag. I can't tell you how many kits are in there for socks and shawls. It's
Oh,
like, my
gosh.
God.
Yep. Oh, well. I really don't need any more yarn, but I keep signing up for their kits or their yard club.
How many years have you been in it?
Boy, at least 5. I think I was in it a long time ago and then I quit for a while and then I joined back up. Just supporting small businesses,
Yeah.
Well, after Charlene closes,
Yeah.
I won't have to buy yarn, but we all know that ain't gonna
There
happen
you
either.
go.
And with, both Dale and I, he doing the weaving and me doing the knitting, I can't even begin to tell you how much yarn between the two of us.
Is he doing his weaving again?
No, not yet.
See, you can always blame Dale. You know, when you shop for yarn, just say you're getting it for Dale, but just
There you
want
go.
your stash.
He's always been my enabler, though.
Yeah, I know he is.
He's bad.
I'll say,
It's a
yeah, go
good
ahead,
bad.
get it.
Hi, puppy.
The FedEx guy's across the street. But it's not her guy, so he won't be stopping.
Does she know her guy?
Oh, yeah, she knows, but she knows that truck and
And she knows that he's not going to come over because it's not her guy.
well, she's really excited right now because she just sees his truck. She sees the truck, but my husband's trying to tell her it's not your guy. It's not Foud. It's not your guy. But she's like, but somebody could be dropping a box off. I ordered a few soft toys from Chewy and they came in this huge box. It was a big box. And I took her out because she was like going nuts. And my husband was on work calls. So I'm like, okay, come on, we're going outside. We'll go get it. So I took her out, you know, and she tries to bite the side of the box and she's gonna like try to carry it in. And I'm like, okay, that box could fit like 6 of you in it.
She's like, come on, hurry up.
So I carried it in, plus dragged, you know, got her in, and she's like, I'm gonna get the box. I'm gonna get the box. I'm like, no, you're not getting the box. She gets a monthly subscription Bark Box that comes with treats and toys. And she
Uh-huh.
know and that comes by mail. So the mail lady always drops that off. But she knows the box. And the last one, you know, she was so excited. So my husband put her on the leash at the front door and opened the door, you know, holding onto her so he could get it. She got that a hunk out of that box and just ripped into it. I was like, okay, let's at least get the box inside before you rip into it.
Oh my
She's like,
goodness.
this is mine. Mine, all mine. And she loves, even up at my in-laws, their mail person, because we were one time when we were up over the summer, we were outside when the mail came and she was just right up there barking and, you know, and the mailman even stopped his truck. He had already put the mail in my in-laws box, but he stopped the truck, came over to say hi to her, went back to his truck to get her because he carries milk bones with him in the truck, went back and got her a cookie and came back and gave it to her.
Oh,
So now every time she's there, she watches for him. And when she sees him coming, she's just barking like crazy. My friend is here.
when you ladies blocked your growing, did you submerge it or did you spray it?
I submerged it.
Me too.
Okay.
I mean, but if you don't want it to grow, you can totally just, yeah, do the spraying thing.
Oh, no, I want it to grow.
Okay,
I used a beach towel then to roll it up in.
yep.
Did you pin it or did you just place it?
I placed it and just kind of finger, work,
Okay. I was
stretched it.
hoping you'd say that.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
I
say,
didn't pin it. And I did put a fan on mine because I wanted to wear mine the next day,
Oh,
but I didn't need to. It was by a register vent and it was still warm enough that it was dry, would have been dry without it. I did it early enough in the day and
I was going to do it last night. And then I said, I'm not going to want to put a wet sweater on.
yeah,
But I was so excited about getting it done.
yeah. When I knew I was taking it in to show Charlene the next day, and I kind of blocked it later than I planned on Sunday night, so I turned the fan on just so, because I really didn't want to put a really cold sweater on.
oh yeah, for sure. I do the fan thing a lot. I just lay it out on a pool table and put the fan on.
We have a lot of ceiling fans.
Mhm.
I try to block it, things on our bed on the blocks, and then very carefully take it from our room into the spare room and put the fan on. I could have gotten a lot of things blocked when Dale wasn't sleeping in bed.
Oh, yeah.
But did I take advantage of that? Oh, heck no.
Yeah, for a while I had a college futon downstairs, and I would just open it up flat, and that's what I would block everything on.
Good idea.
Nice thick futon mattress would just block everything. Because I could put pins in it and it didn't matter.
And you didn't keep it?
Well, the futon traveled.
Oh,
Futon went to Florida, then it's came back here for a little bit, but now it's in Cincinnati. I slept on it when I went down to visit them.
There you go. Did you dream about all the projects you blocked on it?
Like, oh. Not a bad, it wasn't a bad mattress for sleeping.
if there wasn't yarn today. I have 2 scarves I want to make before Christmas as gifts. I really like the yarn. I'll show you.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, very
It's more,
nice.
it's like a dark, dark green, like forest dark, and then red. But I'm looking at it on the screen and it looks kind of purplish, but it's really not.
What scarf pattern?
Did I put it downstairs? I think I left it downstairs. It's just a real simple one. I'm gonna go get it. And that'll
Okay,
be my excuse for going and getting coffee.
there you go.
Need coffee to keep going. So have you started on the mystery gnome then, Jean?
I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You said you were caught. Are you caught up then?
Yep, as of today. Tomorrow we'll probably get another clue, I bet, because 2 days in a
Yeah.
row we did not get a clue. But have you looked at the directions? Because she talks a bit about color choices
Yeah.
in her, whatever the, the, before she's starting to do the clues, the introduction pieces.
Yeah.
Get
I've got a
started,
great.
guys.
Yeah, I think I'm doing gray and purple is like my colors 2 and 3, and kind of a brighter pink or blue. I haven't figured out.
Okay, this is the scarf.
Ooh,
Oh, that's cool.
You know, it's kind of reversible because you can wear it either way,
Uh-huh.
but it's quite long. It takes 2 skeins.
Oh,
oh wow.
nice.
And then I'm gonna pull it out of the plastic.
Ooh, pretty.
Sleigh track scarf. Okay. Pretty.
But I think it's a Rapunzel pattern, and I think Carol probably designed it. I'm pretty sure she did. I mean, if you want a copy, I'd be more than happy to send it to you.
Is it from a local yarn shop over there
Rapunzel's in Frankenmuth.
in Frankenmuth? Okay. Oh, I think I've heard of that now that you mention it.
And then this is, trying to figure out where I am on here. It's a chunky alpaca turtleneck cowl. You can't see the picture doesn't, but I'm working on that.
Ooh,
Ooh.
pretty. Very nice.
So now I have to continue working on it.
Right? Does that get sewn up or is it?
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't get sewn, but you do attach it to the other side.
Okay.
It's. So you joined in the round, that's what I was trying to say. Duh.
Okay.
But you use 1 skein of yarn, continue and rip pattern until, 2 skeins of yarn are used. You need 3. And on the right side, blah, blah, blah. To 2 stitches before the end of the row, place marker, then knit 2 together, join in the round, and knit 2 together. So you kind of bring it in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But you're still on like the flat part of it.
Yes, I just finished my 2nd skein. And I'm getting ready to attach the 3rd and move on. It's kind of nice. You just kind of fold it over and it's drapey.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Hate it when I do that. Is that? Wonder where Mary is. I thought she was going to join.
Yeah, she must have gotten tied up.
Yeah. But I bought this yarn for the scarf probably January of last year. Of this year, excuse me. Not last year, this year.
Okay.
And I lucked out because Oliver, like this is half off. It was $30. I got it for 15. So I made the entire scarf for 30.
Yeah, that's really
That's-
nice.
That's the best way to do it.
I thought I would give one of the scarves to my yoga instructor because she has taught so many new things for me and the reasoning behind it.
Oh,
Nice.
that's good. Yeah, I would like to do yoga or Pilates.
On Wednesdays, I do yoga at 8 and Pilates at 9.
Ooh, we do both in one day.
Well, they're back to back,
Yeah.
so it works out. And the instructor for Pilates is usually in the yoga class.
Cool.
And we're doing weights. And I always thought weights, kind of rolled my eyes a little bit thinking, yeah, okay. But she's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good at explaining everything. And it's not that you use the weight to strengthen, you take the weights and it gives you more body weight.
Right.
And that way she says to improve, and it helps to keep your bones strong.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I never heard that before. And I thought, well, I'll ask.
Yep. You're strengthening things versus, building up bulk.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that. And now that winter's coming, I want to be warmer. And I'm hoping that'll help me.
Plus just, the stretching and the strengthening of, to help with a lot of people do yoga and Pilates just to build up muscle strength, endurance, and it also helps if you prevent falls, and if you do fall from it being worse. Yeah.
Working on the core is.
Yeah.
I still have trouble doing tree. And then Smarty Pants Frank says, "Oh, you mean like this? Go away."
Several years ago, my daughter and I tried to do a yoga at home. She had a video, and so we put on the TV and we're going to do it together. We were laughing so hard through the thing at each other that we we said we can't do that type of thing together. We even started doing, when they were living here, there was a 30-day plank challenge, and we're like, we could do that. We started to do it together. My son-in-law was going to do it with us. We started laughing our heads off that we couldn't do it in the same room. She'd text me from downstairs, okay, plank time. And she'd do it downstairs, I'd do it upstairs, because it's like we can't be around each other when we do it. We just start laughing.
Oh, that's funny.
Donna wants to start doing yoga. Before she went to Australia, she talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a membership over at Performing Arts like we do. And she hasn't used it.
You have
And
to
she
get
said,
her to go with you.
well, that was it. She said, are you still doing chair yoga? And I said, no, I graduated to floor yoga. And oh, and that's when she told me that she needs to get back and do it, but if she does it with someone, then
Yeah,
she's more committed. And I said, well, I
right.
can go back to chair yoga. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
And Ray Luca doing chair yoga, she really pushes you. And it's basically for everything you do on the floor, you can do in the chair,
yeah.
except I don't trust the chair. So some of the poses, like when you're sitting on the chair and your legs are like this, my leg, I'm gonna fall off the chair.
Yeah, that accountability when you have to meet someone there.
Yeah.
That's the best to get you going.
Yep.
Well, I thought what I could do is, because her classes are back to back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I could do floor yoga at 10:30 and chair yoga at 11:45.
Mm-hmm.
And that way I make me happy and I'd be helping Donna to be
Yeah, get going.
accountable.
Yeah.
And the ladies in chair yoga are so nice that I really miss them. But the ladies in floor yoga are nice too.
Yeah.
Did you see the new plump, I think it's an Andrea Mowry pattern? of
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I've seen a
Uh,
couple people make them on Instagram. They're pretty cute. And there's a
Um,
big cowl too.
yeah, she designed it kind of, but you could use, well, Spin Cycle's taking it and running with it for a knit along, using
Oh,
their
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
but you could use any chunky. There's a hat and a cowl.
Yes.
And I looked at the hat and it's brioche. And I'm like, nope, not right now. Maybe after the holidays, but not before.
Yeah, the chunky part would make it go faster, but
Mm-hmm.
With the classes at Charlene's, do you? I want to do the classes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm fair weather traveler.
Right.
So do I have to sign up for?
No, no.
Okay. I can pay as you go?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So you
By
just
you
kind of show
saying-
up that day, huh?
Pardon me?
Just show up and pay your money and knit.
Yep.
I could call the day before to let her know or text her.
No, just,
Just
Come on
pop
in.
in. Oh, okay.
yep.
Because I'm having trouble with, when you said brioche,
Mm-hmm.
the cowl hoodie, hood,
Right.
well, it's not brioche. And I remember you saying that, oh, it looks like brioche, but it's not.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I am dropping stitches and doing all sorts of silly things. So I need assistance on that one. So I thought
Yep.
okay.
Come on in.
Oh, I will. Because I moved some of my kits and I keep moving that one going, gotta go into Sharp.
It's a cowl pattern?
It's the one that she,
She designed for a shop hop.
right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not having luck with it.
Well, come on in.
I got my car detailed last month and I've never had it professionally done. I took it to Z-Bart. I am so loving it. The exterior, it's almost like a creamy feel to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. I looked at my car just when I took Gracie out, and I'm like, oh, can't wait for it to warm up tomorrow so I can go take it to the car wash. It'll be warm enough I can get out with the vacuum and vacuum the inside a little bit from Gracie being in the back.
What kind of puppy is she?
She's a corgi.
Oh,
She just turned 3.
Aw.
She's spoiled rotten.
aren't puppies like grandchildren? You can spoil them.
Yes. Yep. I started doing Christmas shopping, and it's like I'm looking at my list going, huh, majority of these are dogs. It was like there's a neighborhood party next door, Christmas party. And it's like, and she says no gifts, but I know like last year I took over a little goodie bag with a toy and treats for her dog, her daughter's dog, and her son's dog, who are, I've taken care of all of them when they've been over there at different times. And I'm like, okay, yep, I need for those 3. And then on the other side, their daughter now has a dog, and it's like, well, yeah, might as well get Rupert something too. So,
What's the dog's name?
Rupert,
Rupert? Okay.
And so, because they've been so nice about, Gracie being around too. And it's like, well, my kids have, between the two kids, there's three dogs. So I came home from Myers one day and I had 3 bags full of dog Christmas toys. And Gracie's like all excited because she could see one of them sticking out, which I've got a couple for her too while I was out. But and one of them is a big lamb chops that's like twice as big as she is. But and she saw that sticking out of the bag and she's following me all around and I'm like, no. She's like, those are for me. I'm like, no, no, no. You gotta be a good girl.
Oh,
So I hid him in my closet and she's like trying to follow me into the bedroom. I'm like, no, no, no. Like, ay, ay, ay.
We had book club last Monday, Tuesday. And she bought all of it's over at the library, and the presider, whoever, the leader, she brought wrapped books for everybody there.
Oh, wow.
And I want to say there were 10 people at least, maybe
wow.
15.
Wow.
And she had them wrapped on the table. You stopped by her and you picked a number, and then you went to the table and picked a present. And then it was supposed to be like an elephant sale.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ladies said, well, what if I really like my book? I'm not giving it up. I'm not even going to unwrap it. I'm going to take it home. Okay, we're going to have a little deviation to the rules. And it ended up, I think one person said, I really like, well, the first lady said, I've already read this book and it's really good and blah, blah, blah. And then the young lady that sat next to me, she wasn't real keen on the book that she had. So she went over to the first lady and said, would you like to exchange your book for mine? And they did.
Yeah.
Aw.
But she had on, I can't remember if it was a flannel shirt or like a jacket type thing that was perfect for the scarf I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to include her in the scarf giveaway.
Yeah.
And I have enough yarn for 2 more. So I think it calls for a 6. I think I'm going to use a 7 needle. See if it'll relax more before blocking.
That makes sense to me.
After you work with, the small needles for a while, then the pattern says 10.5. It's like, yes.
I was excited over the size 3 for Paula socks because this is 1.5.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I still have my son-in-law's slippers to make, but I also know I don't get them done for Christmas. His birthday is January 12th. So I got a little leeway if,
That's the same day as my Frank's birthday.
so I've got just a little leeway with that. And last year he got them on his birthday.
Even one for Christmas and one for his birthday.
Yeah, that's not, oh, that would be funny.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. Because I got busy finishing other things. Because that shawl, friendship shawl is a gift. And, you know, I got to get the baby stuff done. I kind of, my little gnome with that striped hat one, his body had kind of just been sitting here. But I need the size one. I know I'm going to need the size one needles at some point for our mystery gnome. So it's like, okay, I got to get this body done if nothing else.
Did you get that
incentive.
done?
If you know, so I'm getting close to the decrease part of it. If I can get to the decrease part, then it's like, okay, seeing progress. But
Yeah, there was a lot of knitting in that gnome.
yeah. And the body is 124 rows. I'm like, oh my.
How many stitches per row?
Well, right now I will be at 120 when I'm done with this little section.
Oh,
And then then there's 14 rounds of decrease. So I guess it's 52 when you're at the end and ready to stuff. But there's 124 rows. I just have to get back to doing it. Do a little bit each day, and it's still baffling me where my little pink case is. It's like, where would I have? It's usually right in my bag. Always put it back. I don't know if maybe it fell under the chair in the living room last time I used it, or
Oh, that would be a bummer.
yeah. I was gonna pick up all the dog toys in the living room today anyway and move stuff around and vacuum, so maybe I'll find it there. Tomorrow our new washer comes, so I can get some laundry done.
when is
Nice.
that coming?
Anywhere between 8 and 8
Today?
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, Sunday?
Yep.
Wow.
I could have picked today, but the time is 8 to 8, and my son has a concert he's singing in Detroit tonight at 7:30. And with our luck, they would have, shown up at 6:45 and
Yep.
would have been waiting around all day. So I said, nope, let's just not take any chances. It'll be Sunday.
Where in Detroit is he going to be?
Where is his concert? It's right downtown. It is Christ Church, Detroit. On Jefferson Avenue, right downtown near the Rent Center.
Oh, okay. Is
They're
that the
big.
one? Is that the one on Jefferson just before the Renton?
Probably. Um, their Christmas one is usually in one of the big churches in the area. A lot of times they are downtown. They rotate them around to the different churches downtown. Their March one is in Northville, and then their spring one is in Clarkston. I'm always like, why are they so far away? That's always the Christmas ones are always so nice, and it's always so intriguing to see all the inside of all the different churches. Um, they're usually such beautiful old churches, and the architecture, and
Yeah, I bet.
so are you getting close on your pressed flowers to divide for sleeves, or?
No, because I'm gonna make it a little bit longer than the pattern. The pattern was pretty cropped.
Okay.
I just finished the third, I'm on the fourth, started the fourth repeat. And I'll probably do, I think in the model, I think they did 3.5. So I'll probably do like 5, see how that goes.
Okay. Because that one is bottom up, if I recall.
Yes. And so this part of it is there's no shaping or anything, it's just knitting this rectangle, and then when I get it to the right length to the underarm, then I think it starts the shaping.
Yeah.
Because it's got a bit of a V neck too, I think.
So possibly a little bit like the Trinigan, where you may do a front, a back, and front again.
Yeah, yes, I think that's what I'm thinking it's gonna be, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Well, it is 12 noon.
For real?
Oh.
Okay,
For real.
all
Hey,
right.
lady.
But I don't know about you, but I've gotten a lot done on this.
Good.
So we'll just keep plugging away, and maybe next week I'll have progress on the mystery one.
Yeah. It'll wait till you have time.
Yeah. I just get the clues and print them out and. Hey, last year's mystery one, I think I finished in March, so. I'm determined to get this one done before March.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, I guess I will sign off and I'll see you all next week.
See you next week.
Okay.
Have a great week. Stay warm, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks,
guys
you
too.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.